first down throw. Gone. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A good pickup there. Or 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Gurley, of course, was right in the mix for a rushing title, but missed the final couple weeks of the year and ended up finishing 3rd with 1,251 yards, but did have a league-high 17 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, the first in Sean Alexander in 2003, 2004 to lead the NFL in total touchdowns 2 years running. How about 2 years in a row he doesn't get a chance to win a rushing title? This year because of injury, the year before because they rested him in the last game. And the first year he said, it doesn't matter much. This year he admitted he really wants to win one of those rushing titles.
And you know what's surprising nugget is that he's the only guy to rush for 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. For Gurley, the end to his season, Charles, was interesting. The late season injury, everybody said, look, we swear he's 100%, but he didn't get the carries or production that he normally got.
I thought what was very strange about it was that it happened in the last 2 games. 5 touches in the NFC Championship game at New Orleans, then only 10 carries in the Super Bowl for 35 yards. But against Dallas in the divisional playoffs, he ran for 116 yards and looked like his old self. So unless there's an injury, they've got some explaining to do in Los Angeles about why Todd Gurley's usage went way down in the 2 most critical games of the year. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throwing on 3rd, gone. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Goff on first down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun, Goff. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. They're going to go with a tight end here on a running play. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Gerald Everett taking it in. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Uses the spin. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. pressure right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Roby-Coleman.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The football going back over to the Rams here, and you think back to that Super Bowl. So they average almost 33 points a game during the regular season. Then they get into the Super Bowl in the first half, 6 drives, 6 punts, and, of course, they only muster 3 points all game long.
The punter, Johnny Hecker,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. 21. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. This one inside the 45-yard line. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. Goff now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. On 4th down, Goff. He's going to looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Flush to his right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler able to drop him for a loss of 4.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep the ball popped in the air and intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Powering his way forward. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, 27 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, IB Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pauvin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pauvin. Way to go.
He's going to let it go again. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Second and 10, it's Ryan again. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. First half in the book. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there, 26 yards. On first and 10, it's Ryan. Looking deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again, Ryan. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
180.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long.
We go, Salah. 120.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a handoff for Gurley. And his second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the left hash, this from 46. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 49 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 26 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
DC. 45.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Ndamukong Suh busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, Ryan. Flushed out right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Tuesday.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 39 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 6 yards away. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Cut! 180! Cut!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. This is caught. It's close. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Goff now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To the air again. Goff dumps it off to Gurley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And give him a gain of 37.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gurley. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Again they run with Gurley. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Like 20. Jester. 11.
From the gun, here's Goff. Steps away to his left. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. On the ground with a tight end. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
26.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Gerald Everett, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Back to throw. Connects with Sanu right side. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They give him a gain of 37. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. He's back to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Ryan. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with 5 seconds left. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
There's so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Dante Fowler in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russian, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, big Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some orange jello.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. 20. Hey, 76.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Orange, orange.
The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. But he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Grady Jarrett with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
14. Merlin. Louis.
3rd and long. It's gone. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now it's Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Ryan on 2nd down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Michael Brockers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won one, but Mahomes a deserving winner. How about the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Saquon Barkley with the Giants. Many thought it might be Baker Mayfield with Cleveland.
Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard of the Colts, and the Colts Comeback Player of the Year, Andrew Luck, and very deservedly so.
I would say that for sure, and he beat out J.J. Watt, who also would have been a deserving winner. Coach of the Year, I thought, was a close vote, or probably should have been closer to me.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
20.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Samson Ebukam in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Back home, it's the first carry for the former Georgia Bulldog, Gurley. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Super.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 12. Starting left here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. The interesting note on Cooks, by the way, Charles, obviously, that he was on the losing end of the last two Super Bowls. He lost to the Patriots, and he went to the Rams, and he got beat by the Patriots.
Hard to believe, but he put out a nice performance in Super Bowl 53. 8 catches, 120 yards, but there were 2 critical plays that he would love to have back. Wide open in the end zone, Jared Goff missed him, and then another one, he had the ball in his hands, and a big hit by Deron Harmon knocked it free. He might very well have been the hero of the Super Bowl if those went his way.
Great season, though. 80 catches, career high, 1,204 yards. On first down, it's gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vic Beasley in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raider.
And the pressure gets to him again. Tack McKinley in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Well, they get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're going to go for it. It's gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. On first down, gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Rams on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Samson Ebukam getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, Tuesday. Let him go.
On second down, Ryan. Eluded under pressure again, and down he goes again. Samson Ebukam. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
21.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abuka in there yet again. My goodness, making 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Goff now to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and the receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 73 yards. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll run here with Freeman. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Big hold of the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the 2nd half gets underway. And some room to work. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side. Side of the field. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey,
On On second down, here's Ryan. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On first down, Ryan. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now gone. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Goff on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Go, 12, go. 11.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. And the open receiver is Robert Woods. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now Gurley. They find some open field here. A big run there by Gurley. 42 yards. So Gurley gashes the defense. A lot of people say, do you take running backs early first round? Do you want them that high? Surely you're happy you took Todd Gurley that early.
Without a doubt, Dr. Seuss. I love the way that got done by you, but even better, it's fun to watch Todd Gurley run the football. He is electrifying.
I want you to know that I did not mean to do that, by the way. Goff. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Goff, buying time to his left. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jack Crawford in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. On fourth down, Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. 3rd and goal, Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are in for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
After the interception, here's Goff. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back now here on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Goff now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. it's Gurley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Louis. Ready? Hard ball.
From the red zone now, Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Goff on third down. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Deion Jones in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. And Zerline's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
66.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go.
Goff. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 45 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set your...
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Rams on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Goff now to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Here's Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Throwing now is Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Let's go. 11. Gun.
First throw in overtime now for Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Sanu with a grab over the middle. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get out! Wait! 12!
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught. Touchdown! They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.